How to improve at any skill you want. I've seen so many requests for this video, so let's not fuck around and get right to it. Number 1. Keep using it. You'll improve your skills as you use them. If you play basketball a lot, you'll improve at basketball. If you solve problems a lot, you'll improve at problem solving. And likewise, if you don't use a skill, you might start to get worse at it. This is why they recommend that old people exercise their brains on a daily basis and develop routines and mental stimulation. Because if you don't stimulate your mind, then it'll stagnate. Just like if you don't exercise, you'll start to lose muscle and endurance. Whatever the skill is that you want to boost, use it as much as possible. Not just for 1 hour a day on the weekend, but all the time. You know how they say, if you don't use it, you'll lose it? I say, use it, improve it. Yeah, I know it's not an exact rhyme. Shut up. Use it. Improve it, baby. Number 2. Practice it all the time. Use it all the time. Practice it all the time. Every day as much as you want. Let's say you want to improve your creativity. Don't allot a certain amount of time to practice it, and then only use it in that time. Practice it all the time. If you have a problem, instead of asking anyone for help, sit there and think of a creative way to solve it yourself. Build some more creative outfits for yourself to wear. Redecorate your bedroom in a creative way. Write a short story. Visualize yourself in a cool environment and come up with creative details to put in it. For example, if you're visualizing yourself going snowboarding, you can decide if other people are there, what they're wearing, what you're wearing, how hard is the snow falling, what design you put on your snowboard, and so on. Come up with a creative YouTube username for yourself. There are tons of opportunities to exercise and improve this skill pretty much all day, every day. And that applies to almost every skill imaginable. Practice it all the time. Number 3. Use the skill in a context that you care about. If you're developing a skill, it greatly helps if you use it in a way that you really care about, as opposed to just doing it for the sake of doing it. For example, I just kidnapped someone you care about and you have 6 months to come up with a way to track me down and rescue them without using the police, before it's too late. In this case, you're going to be exercising your problem-solving skills pretty damn hard. On the other hand, if there's no real payoff or benefit to you, for example, if I say, hey, practice your problem-solving ability, it may or may not be useful in your life. Probably not. But just do it for the hell of it, you definitely aren't going to be working that hard at it. You may give in to distractions more often and just not care. So make sure the skill you're working on is a skill you actually want and that it serves a purpose to you and that you actually care about that purpose. Check out this example. I have a really good memory. If I'm out somewhere and I think of a cool idea but I don't have my phone or my notepad, I'll remember it until I get home no matter how long it is until I get home. If I think of a second and a third and a 10th and a 15th idea, I'll remember all of them in full detail as long as I need to until I get home and write them down. But if I'm playing one of those memory games on my phone, I've never gotten a perfect score so far, even though in the game there's a lot less information to remember. It's just random, and it has no relevance or emotional impact. This illustrates why it's always useful to use your skills in contexts that you care about, because if you actually care and it has relevance to you, you'll do a much better job. Number 4. Use Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with legit thousands of classes in business, technology, music, entrepreneurship, photography, and a ton of other categories. And I even got them to sponsor today's video to get you guys a crazy deal on their classes. I get tons of DMs from you guys asking me how to make more money, how to start a business, how to be successful, and trust me, this site is a really good way to learn these skills from the pros who have already done it. For example, if you want to be an entrepreneur, then you can take Gary Vaynerchuk's class on social media marketing, or Guy Kawasaki's class on building high-growth businesses. Both these guys are business moguls and, more importantly, they're millionaires. So, you're literally learning from the best there is. I'm actually just starting Guy Kawasaki's class on turning ideas into high-growth businesses. So, if you guys want to get in on what your boy Based Zeus is learning, then I suggest taking that class as well. Skillshare is also super affordable compared to most of the other learning platforms out there. Skillshare's annual subscription is less than $10 a month for access to literally thousands of classes. But for today, since I'm teaching you guys how to improve any skill you want, I got them to give us a special deal. So the first 500 people to sign up with the link in the description will get their first 2 months for 99 cents. So if you haven't done it already, get moving. Number 5. Use the skill in fun ways so it doesn't feel like work. If you make it feel like grueling work, you're not going to want to do it that much. And when you do it, you're going to want to take breaks from it. And you're going to treat it more like a job and you want to get away from it. So instead, or at least in addition, you should use it in fun ways that you actually enjoy. If you want to improve your sex skills, don't just sit there reading a how to have sex book. Get out there and try the things out. This applies to anything and even skills that have more specific applications that can be made fun. For example, if you have to do drills for basketball, you can always listen to music while you do them, or go to a nice court in a better environment, or have a friend do their own drills while you do yours, and so on. Make it fun. Number 6, believe in your ability to do it. This is important, so listen up. Some people have asked if I believe in the law of attraction, and here's how I see it. There are 3 steps to achieving anything. 1, knowing what you want to do. 2, believing you can do it. 3, doing it. A lot of people who talk about the law of attraction skip step 3, doing it, and that's just not going to work. But on the other hand, a lot of people, in fact, the majority of people in the world, I'd say, skip step 2. They know what they want, but they don't believe they can actually do it, and so they sabotage themselves at every step. If you want to start a business, but you sit there thinking, yeah, so I know this business won't be successful. It'll never be successful. There's no point in doing it. It'll probably flop within the first month. Do you honestly think that business is going to end up being successful? No. If you believe in yourself and you inhabit a state of self-confidence, you're going to achieve every goal much faster, much more efficiently, and it'll be a lot more fun. But of course, I'm not saying you can just sit in your recliner, believe you're good at basketball, and then get good. You have to actually go and do it. Know what you want to do. Believe you can do it. Do it. Simple 3-step process to achieve anything you want. It may not sound simple, and there may be a lot of steps involved in the process, but the outline and the progression is pretty simple once you actually see it. Number 7, do it with a friend. That's what she said. If you have a friend who also wants to improve at the same skill, that's awesome because you can work on it together. You can encourage each other. You can share tips with each other. You can bounce ideas off each other. And you'll both be able to get much better at it more rapidly. If you use this tip, you want to make sure your friend is on your level, or at least aspiring to the same level you are. If you work with someone who's far below your own level, you'll end up spending a lot of time slowing down for them and it won't be as beneficial to you. Likewise, if you work with someone who's far above your level, they'll always feel like more of a teacher than a friend to you, and it won't have the same effect. That's not to say learning from someone who's already achieving the thing you want to achieve isn't helpful, of course it is. But in this tip, I recommend working with a friend who's around your level so you guys can build each other up all the time. And that's it. If you have your own tips to share with me, leave them in the comment below, and I'll be reading and responding to a ton of them. And be sure to click the link in the description to check out Skillshare right now. This is one of the coolest sponsors I've had so far, and I definitely want you guys to start using them and let me know what you think.